It was a morning carved from chaos. The sky churned with dark clouds, unleashing a relentless downpour that turned the city streets into a slick, treacherous maze. Emily Thompson, a 28-year-old dreamer with a stubborn streak of hope, was sprinting through the storm. Her thin jacket clung to her skin and her breath came in sharp gasps. Today was the day, the interview that could lift her out of years of scraping by, the one she'd poured her soul into preparing for. But the universe, it seemed, had other plans. Her umbrella caught a vicious gust and twisted inside out with a snap. She wrestled with it for a moment before giving up, shoving it under her arm as rain lashed her face. Her carefully pressed blouse and skirt, chosen to signal competence and confidence, were now soaked through. Then, as if on cue, a car roared past, tires slicing through a puddle. A wave of muddy water crashed over her, leaving her gasping, staring down at the brown streaks, staining her clothes. "You've got to be kidding me," she muttered, brushing at the mess, only smearing it worse. She checked her watch. 10 minutes until the interview. No time to turn back, no time to fix this disaster. She had to keep going. Little did she know, this moment would alter the course of her life. Emily's shoes slapped against the wet pavement, each step a battle against the wind and her own rising panic. She'd spent weeks preparing for this interview at Harrison Enterprises, a company known for its innovation and heart. It wasn't just a job, it was a lifeline, her chance to escape the dead-end gigs that barely covered rent in her cramped apartment. She'd stayed up nights perfecting her resume, rehearsing answers in the mirror, whispering to herself, "You've got this." Now, drenched and muddy, that confidence felt like a distant memory. A faint whimper broke through the storm's roar. She slowed, scanning the blurred surroundings, and spotted a small dog crouched beneath a bench. Its fur was matted with rain, its eyes wide with fear. Emily hesitated. She was already late, and stopping could cost her everything. But those eyes, pleading, helpless, hooked something deep inside her. "Hey, little guy," she said softly, kneeling despite the puddle soaking her knees. The dog flinched but didn't run. She reached out, coaxing it into her arms, and wrapped it in her soggy scarf. A quick glance around revealed a veterinary clinic across the street. "Okay, let's get you safe," she murmured, cradling the trembling bundle as she darted through traffic, horns blaring behind her. Inside the clinic, the receptionist's eyebrows shot up at Emily's appearance. "Found this dog on the street," Emily explained, handing over the shivering pup. "It's not mine, but it needs help. Can you find its owner?" "We'll take it from here," the receptionist said, taking the dog. "Thank you." Emily nodded, catching her reflection in a glass door, hair wild, face streaked with rain, clothes a muddy mess. She looked like she'd crawled out of a ditch, but the clock was ticking. She bolted back into the storm, her heart pounding with a mix of dread and determination. As she neared the gleaming glass tower of Harrison Enterprises, she wondered if she'd just thrown away her future for a stranger's pet. The lobby was a stark contrast to the chaos outside, pristine, quiet, almost sterile. Emily's squelching shoes echoed as she approached the receptionist, who barely concealed her shock. "I'm Emily Thompson, here for the interview with Mr. Harrison," she said, forcing steadiness into her voice. The receptionist glanced at the clock, then at Emily's disheveled state. "You're late and, well, are you sure you're ready?" "I am," Emily replied, chin lifting slightly. "It's been a rough morning, but I'm here." "Take a seat," the receptionist said, her tone softening. "I'll let him know." Emily sank into a chair, feeling the weight of curious stares from the other candidates. Polished, poised, everything she wasn't in that moment. Her hands twisted in her lap, the mud on her skirt cracking as it dried. She'd always battled self-doubt, a voice whispering she wasn't good enough. Today, it was screaming. "Miss Thompson?" The receptionist's voice pulled her back. "Mr. Harrison will see you now." She followed down a sleek corridor, each step amplifying her nerves. The office door opened to reveal a spacious room, sunlight streaming through massive windows. Behind a desk sat John Harrison, the CEO, a man in his 50s with sharp blue, eyes and an air of quiet authority. "Please sit," he said, gesturing to a chair. Emily obeyed, acutely aware of the mud she might leave behind. He studied her, his expression unreadable. "Your appearance is unconventional for an interview." Her face burned. "I'm so sorry, sir. I got caught in the storm and then there was this dog. Lost and scared, I took it to a vet. I didn't mean to be late." "A dog?" His tone was neutral, probing. "Yes. I couldn't leave it out there. I know it wasn't the best timing, but it felt right." He nodded slowly. "Tell me about yourself, Ms. Thompson. Why do you want this job?" Swallowing her nerves, Emily launched into her story, her modest upbringing, her relentless hustle through college, her passion for making a difference. Her voice grew stronger, her muddy exterior fading as she spoke from her core. Harrison listened, jotting notes, his face a mask. When she finished, he leaned forward. "You're clearly dedicated, but tardiness and presentation matter here. I'm afraid I can't overlook today's impression." Her stomach dropped. "I understand, sir. Thank you for your time." She stood, legs shaky, and headed for the door. Had she just lost everything she'd fought for? Emily trudged through the lobby, the rejection stinging like the rain outside. She'd given her all, and it hadn't been enough. As she passed the reception desk, a child's voice broke through her haze. "Excuse me, are you the lady who saved my dog?" She turned to see a girl, maybe 10, with bright eyes and a photo clutched in her hand. "Your dog?" Emily asked, bewildered. "Yes." The vet said a woman in a muddy skirt brought him in. "Buddy, my dog. That's you, right?" The girl, Lily, rushed forward, throwing her arms around Emily. "Thank you. You saved him." Emily hugged her back, a small smile breaking through her despair. "I'm glad he's okay. I'm Emily." "I'm Lily," the girl beamed. "He got lost this morning and I was so scared." Just then, John Harrison stepped into the lobby, drawn by the commotion. "Lily, what's going on?" "Grandpa," Lily exclaimed, pointing at Emily. "She's the one who saved Buddy." Harrison's eyes widened. "You mean Ms. Thompson?" Emily nodded, piecing it together. "I didn't know he was hers. I just saw a dog in trouble." Lily tugged his sleeve. "She's a hero, Grandpa. You have to hire her." Harrison's stern facade cracked, a flicker of warmth surfacing. "Ms. Thompson, I misjudged you. You risked this interview to help my granddaughter's dog, our family's dog. That says more about you than any resume." Emily's breath caught. "I just did what felt right, sir." "And that's rare," he said. "I'd like you to come back tomorrow. Let's try this again." "Really?" Her voice trembled with hope. "Thank you, Mr. Harrison. I won't let you down." As she left, the rain had stopped, and a sliver of sunlight broke through the clouds. Could this disaster turn into a miracle? The next morning, Emily arrived early, her outfit crisp, her spirit renewed. The second interview was a blur of questions and smiles, Harrison's demeanor noticeably softer. She spoke with passion and he listened with intent. At the end, he leaned back, a genuine smile spreading across his face. "Ms. Thompson, Emily, I've seen enough. I'd like to offer you the position. Your character shines brighter than any polished suit." Tears pricked her eyes. "Thank you, sir. John, I'm honored." Lily, who'd snuck in to watch, clapped her hands. "Yay, Emily's staying." Emily laughed, the weight of years lifting off her shoulders. She started the job the following week, diving in with a hunger to prove herself. Her colleagues whispered about the mud girl, but she let her work silence the skeptics. She stayed late, helped where she could, and soon earned their respect. One afternoon, Harrison called her in. "Emily, your stories inspired me. We're launching an initiative to support local animal shelters. I want you to lead it." Her jaw dropped. "Me? I'd love to." "It's because of you," he said. That day with Buddy showed me we, can do more. With Lily as her eager sidekick, Emily threw herself into the project. Fundraisers, adoption drives, a ripple of good spreading far beyond that rainy morning. Had she stumbled into a purpose bigger than herself? Months later, Emily stood at a bustling adoption fair, dogs wagging tails as families found new friends. The initiative had taken off, saving countless animals, all sparked by her muddy detour. She'd grown from a woman riddled with doubt into someone who believed in her own strength and in the power of compassion. Harrison approached, pride in his eyes. "You've changed this company, Emily, and this community." "It's a team effort," she said, glancing at Lily, who was petting a puppy, "but I'm grateful to be part of it." Later, at an award ceremony for their work, Emily took the stage. "I never thought a rainy day and a lost dog would lead me here," she said, voice steady. "But it taught me that kindness isn't wasted. It's a spark that can light up lives, including your own." The crowd cheered, and she stepped down, hugging Lily and Harrison. In the end, it wasn't the mud that defined her, but the heart she carried through it. So, if you're ever covered in life's mud, keep going. You never know how one small act can change everything.